Hey, doing everyone? Welcome to an episode of Krypto Playboy. My name is Simo. Before we begin, chuck a like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more content coming out. And obviously, hop in the Discord in their best tips, best pre-sales, and the best community in all of crypto. All right. Today's episode begins now. And before we jump into the market recap and also Solana drama that's going on, just want to share some, I think it's good news in my eyes. I've just read this report, and this was my eyes only, so I can't actually share all the details with you in it. But in this report, it says in this first half of the financial year 2022, there's been 1,200 new projects. Now, these are DeFi projects, Web3 projects, NFT projects, CeFi projects, and even network projects. There's all new projects coming out. They've managed to raise $30 billion in funds. 1,200 projects, $30 billion. What does that tell you? There's a lot of money being invested in crypto. The reason I'm telling you this for, you may have heard a lot of people, especially when markets are down, telling you, hey, you're stupid for investing in crypto. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, you got scammed out of it. Nah, don't believe that internet money stuff. A lot of people are like this. I've heard a lot of people say this to me all the time. And the best thing you can do is answer them with facts. And that's a fact there. $30 billion invested into these cryptocurrency projects in the first half of the financial year. And you think, okay, that's all cool and well. What was last year's? It was less than that. And guess what? The year before that, less than that. So that's telling me each year it's increasing more and more and more. That tells me there's more belief in crypto. There's more money flowing into crypto because it's becoming a real thing for everyone in the industry. People are seeing what can be made in it, what blockchain actually does, the technologies it develops. Look at the legal industry. They're actually using blockchain now, sending through contracts. I understand how that works. Like banks are now implementing this into their own technologies using blockchain. So that's huge. It's a huge steps. This is all based off blockchain, and these tying with your cryptocurrencies. So that's massive. So $30 billion for this first half of the financial year. What's going to be next year? It's going to keep growing exponentially. Just keep growing. And guess what? If you're watching this and you're into crypto, you're in early. Like I know it's been around 8-10 years now, cryptocurrencies, but it's honestly early stage. Think about when credit cards came out. Did everyone rush out and say, time for things to grow? Okay? So that's why anyone that tells you anything bad about it, tell them, yeah, thanks, mate. Or hit him back with some facts and say, nice to know you, dickhead. Shut up. And most people have no idea what they're talking about. If you want to give them a good question, I'll say, oh, okay, if crypto has no value, well, what's the value of money? And they'll be like, what do you mean? Well, so what's the value of money? Pull out a note and say, what's the value of this? And they'll say, oh, it's $100. You buy a $100 bill. And you say, well, is it? Is it actually $100? Because this looks like a piece of paper or plastic, depending on the country you're from. And I can wipe my ass with it. And that's exactly what you can do. It's a piece of paper that's been given value, much like cryptocurrencies. It's a digital currency that's been given a value, but it serves a purpose. You can build with these things. You can change lives with these things. Like it's life-changing, and it's technology. That's what happens with it. Cash is getting old. No one's using it. Move to credit card. Slowly phasing that out. They got used to it. Now you're moving into cryptocurrencies. You can see it's becoming regulated. It's becoming a bigger thing. And all these big industries are looking at it, how they can implement it into their lives every single day. So if you can see those writing on the wall saying, hey, crypto is going to be the big thing, you're on it. So keep believing in what you think of it. Don't listen to the haters out there about it, because that's what they're like that for a reason. Like these people do nothing with their lives, or they have no achievements or goals or any aspirations. And you shouldn't be like that. So don't let them bring you down. If you're loving it, it's working for you, keep doing it. But please, learn every single day. All right? Every single day you learn and understand it, you're going to become one step better every single day. So keep doing it, please. And join the crypto love. That's all it is. Grow in the community together. Grow with everyone. Grow in the world of crypto. And change your life for the better. All right, enough ranting and raving from me. That was a nice rant, by the way. Let's get into this little market recap. So what do we see? Bitcoin, everyone's loving it. It's about these little breakouts you can play through them. But what I've noticed is channels forming through here, and you can see this channel playing up and down. So through this, there's some good gains to be made. Look through here. 18%. Comes back down 18%. Like, I've been playing through these, looking at them, anywhere from 15 to 30%, depending on what chart you're looking at. There's some really good gains to be made in there. But I still do believe Bitcoin, I don't think we've hit the full bottom of this, because there's a lot of drama going in the world still. Like, this is just looking at basic facts. When you see America, there's a lot of financial issues they're facing over there. In Australia itself, I saw these banking reports, and each day I get a report from the bank saying what's going on with them. And what do we see here? Interest rates are still going through the roof. We've been used to these low interest rates, 2-3% for so long now. Things are moving up, 5, 6, 7%. They're saying 8% it potentially go to here in Australia. Now, that's what the Reserve Bank's going to put the price at. What's the local bank going to put it to? 8.5%, 9%. And that's not for a week or two. They're going to lock that in for probably 12 months or so. So people got to find this extra funding to be able to chuck into the mortgages. And what do they do with that money? They're not going to be investing anymore because they can't afford to. So what happens to crypto? Because crypto is looked as an investment by a lot of people, especially the average player out there. They use whatever money they have inside for investments to put into these cryptocurrencies. They're not going to have that access to that anymore, to dump into these projects because they're going to be too busy paying the mortgages off with interest rates jumping up like that. Like it's going to be hard times for people. I don't think Australia's going to hit a recession. Even from the reports I read, they agree with the same thing. We'll see some slumps in property prices. Again, that's going to affect investors. It's going to pull back on them. They're going to be harder times spending. But the bottom will come. When it does come, and you've been dollar cost averaging into it, you're going to love yourself because it's going to pull back around the market. And you can be so grateful that every day you are learning and understanding this crypto that you got involved early. I still believe it's very early for you. Even this rate up, hitting 60,000. Still early. Good on you. Because you watch long-term investment, it's going to pay off for you. This is another simple man's way of looking at cryptocurrency as an investment. So when you buy a house, and someone buys a property, the first time they go, you know what? I'm going to buy this house. I paid $600,000 for it. 20 years' time, it's now worth, $1.2 million. In 20 years' time, I've doubled my investment, and I'm proud. That's a good achievement. You should be happy with that. And people are over the moon about that. That's a great return. When it comes to crypto, if you put $600,000 in, people say you're stupid, you're crazy. The average person, that's a bad investment. But I know from personal facts and figures on this, you can double that more than easily in a year. Very, very market like this. Say you've been dollar cost averaging in from up here, 60K, and you're down here 42K, and then you came on maybe a bit 46, and you came back down again 29. You're buying all through these ranges. Say you got an average of $35,000 a coin in there. 2 years' time, what do you think it's going to be worth? 70K? Very easily? I believe so. 20 years' time, what do you think it's going to be worth? I think it's going to be a lot more than 35,000. I think it'll be a lot more than 70,000. So you're going to get a better return on this than you're buying a property. And it's just going to grow bigger and bigger and better. I'm saying don't buy a property. Obviously, you need somewhere to live in that. Don't sell your house. Unless you're a risk taker, go for it. But just look at investments in that way. People don't see it as investments still. They're going to understand it's the same thing as investing in a property. Look at your returns. What returns you get out of it and the time frame of your returns. Crazy returns in this, okay? So please understand my love for crypto. That's why I just look at things in a simple method and say, okay, if I can make this return in this time frame, crypto, I can make it in this time frame. Crypto is the way to go, right? I believe in it. Anyway, that's Bitcoin for you. I still think we'll be playing these channels. It's going to break through here one day eventually. But we may see this touch up to 28,000. Some guys are saying we're going to hit up to 35,000 up through here. I'd be more than happy if that happens. But realistically, I do think we're going to pull back past that, break this 19, 18K bracket down to 15K in the next few weeks or next few months. My personal opinion on it. And guess what? I'll be more than happy to buy at either range. But I do think we're pulling back. Same thing applies in these channels. It's playing on a lot of coins we've been looking at. This is Rune. It's been playing perfectly through here. So if you want to trade in these type of things, this is a simple option to look at. Is it playing through these channels? It's working out quite well. Same thing. This is another project I love, Rune. I like the dollar cost into this because I do believe in the long term of it. But like the cross-channel operability, massive. And I think big things are coming from them. Personally, I believe they should have had a bigger run earlier in this year, but the bear market did hit us pretty hard. I don't think they got the opportunity they fully deserved. So I think Rune is going to have some big runs when the bull run does come back because there's a lot of things they've been building, a lot of projects coming onto the ecosystem that's going to be huge. It's going to change the way we actually do crypto. So keep an eye on them. We even know DeFi Spot. A lot of our guys in my community, they've been involved in that. That project's been delayed quite a long time now. But what they've been building is huge. And you're going to love what they have to offer in there. So I do think Rune's going to be a big banger later on when the bull run comes back. BNB, itchy nose. BNB, you all know what Binance is. These guys are they can to stay as the leaders. You see that celebrities are getting on board with them. The marketing they're doing, they're just taking care of everything properly. Even regulations, they're trying to do the best they can for everything because they know what the future is. This man's a genius. And if you want to get behind something good, you're investing in the person. People say, invest in the project. This project, you're investing in the man behind Binance. That's my personal opinion on it, because their team is very passionate. If you know anything about the people working around them, these guys are geniuses. So behind them, suss them out. And same thing, it's playing through the channel for these trades. I still believe everything's going to crash afterwards, be more. But Binance is one I've really been egging there, because I see big things for them as they grow and grow and grow, and they keep that top position. All right. Now Solana, as you can see, there's a little channel once again. Like, it's basically 2 lines. I know who told me this method. This is actually my dad. He's like, hey, look at this. The channels work really well. I'm like, wow, it actually works great. And he showed me his methods on the graph, because he enjoys trading quite a lot as well. And he showed me this method. I mean, that is so simple to understand, and you can actually play through these ranges in there. Very, very, very easy method. Like, when I was learning, it just switched on with it straight away. So that's a simple method to learn playing these channels. Don't need a rocket science to figure it out. Just playing it and play it safe. If you're buying in these zones, set a stop loss below it in case it drops. All right, if you're planning on shorting, guess what? Set that stop loss there as well, just in case it goes opposite on you. Remember, this is averages we're playing with here. You're playing on probability with this. So be safe if you're doing this, please. But Solana, we've seen these big red candles happen, but it is touching the bottom of this trend through here. Why did this happen with Solana? Well, you've probably heard this on the news today. There's been a hack that happened. Like $6 to $8 million of money has been stolen from people's wallets. That is huge. All right. So you may have been trying to use Solana today, and I was trying to do some bulk senders for our group, and some issues happened. It wouldn't let me send it out. To 200,000 Solana needed. Then it just disappeared the page, and then next thing, one issue after the other. What do you know? There was a big hack on Solana, and the whole system went down. Now, surprisingly, the system went down pretty hard, and this is all you saw in the red candle, a couple % difference. So I'm quite shocked by that. I was expecting a bigger drop, but Solana have some issues in the past, and maybe people are more used to it. But the usability of Solana, it's going to grow bigger and better. If you see the project coming onto it, that's another one of my hodl bag, because I really do believe in Solana, and this is another project I'll just be dollar cost averaging into, because I think huge things are on the way for them. Another thing I'll say about them is, if you zoom out for them, you can see they had that one big pump so far. Right? A lot of projects seem to have these 2 big pumps. They break out, market pulls back, and then they have an astronomical pump. And I still think Solana has not had that second one yet. So when it does happen, it's going to make this like a little pipsqueak, this one. All right? So keep an eye on Solana for future. If you're a hodler, you're a dollar cost averager, this is the one to look at. If you're trading through it, well, that's also something to look at for you. Trading within those channels. But be warned, I do think a pullback is coming for the market. And that's personal opinion, no financial advisor, as they all say. Do your own thing, but that's all I see happening with it. Now, on a safety note, get yourself a hard wallet. I like to use ledgers. It's always been my thing. They've worked great for me. I've never had an issue with them. Some guys love Trezor. I've never liked them too much, but still, they're good wallets. They're 2 of the best ones you can get. Get your hands on one, because what you can do is you can connect this to your, maybe using Phantom, like the Solana issues I had today. It's connected to the hard wallet in there. Guess what? No issues for you, because you have to confirm it on the hard wallet. Same thing applies to MetaMask. It's just that extra little safety option. You can plug in through your ledger. No transactions can be confirmed unless you go click on your ledger or your Trezor, whichever one you're using. So that's a really good option to be looking at, you guys, because this is meant to be your investment. Like, if you buy a house, would you stinge out and say, no, I don't want the front door locked, please? I don't want a handle on it, just leave the door off. No, you probably wouldn't. All right, so you can buy one of these for as much as the door handle is. So go buy yourself a crypto door handle. What's going to call this? It's a crypto door handle. Get your hands on one, because this will protect you. And they're not that expensive. All right. I've got like 10 of these. You always have different ones, all different accounts and everything. Buy one. Get the Nano X as well if you're going to get a ledger. It's a bit more expensive, but so many more features and so much easier to use. Like 10,000 times easier. Get this one. Right? Don't be tight ass on it. Get the good one. It's like $180 on that, and you get yourself a good one. Oh, $149 now. There you go, US dollars. $149. Get yourself this one. Don't buy the Ledger and NOS. This one, better features. Please, for the love of your crypto, the love of your children, all the people that love you, get yourself a hard wallet just to be safe. So any coins you have, store them in there. They are yours. Keep those seed phrases, everything you have in a safe place as well. Please be safe. Now back into the news. This is another cool thing to read. So BTC Wholecoiners. Now these are the people that own one whole Bitcoin or more. That's what they call them. They're called the Wholecoiners, because obviously $40,000. Not everyone has it laying around their back pocket. just to buy full Bitcoin. So people usually buy a little bit at a time, $100, $1,000, $10, whatever they can afford. They're buying into it. But Wholecoiners, people that are full coin, have gone up 40,000 people since the June crash began. That's a lot of people. So there's a lot of Bitcoin lovers out there. What does that tell you? Bitcoin. Bitcoin. It's the future. Get into it. Now, Magic Eden. This is one project I love. Yes, obviously, I've invested in the project inside of my group because I do believe in Soul Street, what they're building. But I do love the NFT. And I think it's one of those NFTs, if you're going to be trading, you're going to be copy trading, get your hands on it. Because, number one, it'll have a value to it. Number two, cheap entry price for you. It's not going to break the bank. Like, how much is Solana now? $40? $100. You're going to have yourself an NFT. But with the NFT, you're going to have these cool features like return. Okay, look at this. Soul Street gives you a native token in return. Now, this is performance mining fees you're going to get for holding these NFTs. Plus, you follow any copy traders out there. You're going to be making money on the trading with them. All right? And this is getting big. And as I said, Solana's got some big things planned. What had Soul Street done? They've teamed up with Solana. Solana Street, Soul Street, Wall Street. It's going to be big. I personally think it's huge. The team building behind them, some of the backers, like even the incubator on them, massive. And I think it's going to really change the trading game out there for people. And I love the NFT, the incubator, like integrated with it. So please check them out. Link is down below for them. Hands on one. They can be pretty nifty. You've seen the interviews done in the past. I love their team. They're very switched on. They're very understanding. And no questions too hard for them to answer. Great team. Please check out their projects. Okay? Soul Street. See, they follow me because they're one of the best. And another thing I'll touch on here, I haven't spoken about Xerox Event in a little while because we've been busy working behind the scenes, kind of change up the game plan a little bit what we're building through there. But we're going to have some awesome things to share for Chumcha coming out very soon. If you love NFTs, well, this is going to be the place for you. You can buy, trade, hold them, anything you want on there. It's going to be a multi-chain NFT asset swap on there. There's going to be huge things coming for it. So imagine Binance where you go to trade all your coins and that on there. This will be the Binance of the NFT world. It's Chumcha. You're going to love what we're building with this. So please, suss it out. Links are down below for it. And later on, I'll do a bit more detailed video explaining what we're building with this. I love it. Okay? Massive things. You know, NFTs are going to be the future. They're already happening now. People are integrating this into everyday life. It's even clubs now just surrounded around NFTs. So what does it tell you? NFTs are becoming a huge thing. It's no longer just a little JPEG worth some money saying, ha, mine's better than yours. It's actually have utility to them. Like, just showed you Soul Street's one. It has utility behind it. You actually get benefits out of holding these. Huge things. And to top this off for you, a little trade secret you can find out now. You're holding NFTs. You can earn a return on your NFT in there, all right? You stake it and you earn a return on it. Okay? No longer does this apply to coins. It's going to be for NFTs as well. There's going to be cool features. If you're holding NFTs, you've got big bags of them. This will be the place for you. All right? And end on some lovely happy news. I've got two fun stories for you. This is a nice one, just showing you how Bitcoin's becoming more and more known in the world and more accepted and more mainstream, as I like to refer to as. Oxford City Football Club to accept Bitcoin for matchday tickets. They have Bitcoin on their jerseys now. They're also going to have on the tickets, they're going to have Bitcoin on them. So that's getting the eyes of more and more people are saying, oh, hang on a second, this must be a real thing. It's in my soccer game now. Because the average person goes, okay, they're sponsoring them, must be legitimate. It's growing bigger and bigger and better. That's why I love seeing stories like this because it's telling me mainstream is coming for cryptocurrency. Please stay in it, own it, and love it because it's going to change your life. Seriously. Now, this guy's story, probably heard about it a few years ago. Had a laptop, had a lot of Bitcoin on there. It's worth around 150 million pounds at the moment. And he chucked it away on the tip. So on his laptop, back when they used to mine it on there, office cleanup, into the tip it went, and he now lost all his money. And desperate attempts, he's been trying to get to the tip and say, listen, please, I'll give you $10 million. What do we get out of there? I'll give you $10 million of it just to get my laptop back. Please, it's in the tip somewhere. I know we can find it. They keep rejecting him, saying, no, it's environmental issues, this and that, He even said, I'm going to help the money. I'm going to put the money towards a town to help them. I just want to get this back. I'll give him a percentage of it. Like, I understand this would be a horrible situation to be in, but he's not giving up. That's what I love about this man. He's resilient. He's resourceful. He's now going to be using artificial intelligence, and he's even got VC funders to help fund $10 million to find this laptop in there. So they're going to be using AI to find it. They're going to have robotic dogs protecting it so other people can't come and find his laptop either. All they need now is counsel to approve it. So if he can pull this off, good on him. He deserves it. Lucky man. And I hope he does get that, because that'd be a cool story to share with everyone, saying, hey, I found this, I lost it. All these years later, I got it back. And guess what? I'm now a multi-millionaire. 10 years' time, he'll probably be a multi-billionaire. So even better, this is the stories that make crypto. Right? You look back and laugh at these and say, legends of crypto. And guys, quick market recap for you. That's how I wanted to keep it nice and fun and simple. My background disappeared. And take it easy, guys. Like the videos, subscribe to the channels, and stay tuned for more content coming out in the future. And don't forget, check this guy out. Soul Street NFT of Krypto Playboy. Looking pretty charming there, I must say myself. Right, get into it, guys. See you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.